Well, folks, it is rare to see a story of true repentance, but whenever somebody is living a really dissolute and kind of screwed up life and then they fix their life, that's pretty inspiring stuff. And this brings us to the story of Blac Chyna. There is a former stripper called Blac Chyna, Blaccyna, Blac Chyna. According to the UK Daily Mail, she has now candidly revealed how getting baptized and reconnecting with God inspired her dramatic physical and mental makeover, which has seen her dissolving her filler, quitting her degrading OnlyFans career, and shedding her infamous stage name in favor of embracing her birth name. The 34-year-old reality star is now going by Angela White, and she's opened up exclusively to Daily Mail about putting a very sudden end to her provocative online content for which she earned $2 million in 2 years, and beginning the process of reversing all of the cosmetic work she had done over the years. She said that she was baptized in May of last year, and she came to the realization that continuing to share very X-rated images and videos on the degrading platform was not what God will want me to do. That's an amazing story. Like, yes, as it turns out, guys, religion and God, very good for people as a general rule. Quote, I'm not doing OnlyFans anymore. I'm kind of past that. It's one of those things where I did what I needed to do at the time because of the circumstances that I was in. She said, besides, with me being baptized, that's not what God will want me to do. It's kind of degrading. Yes, it is. Having joined OnlyFans in 2020, the ex-fiancé of Rob Kardashian was eventually confirmed as the top celebrity earner the following year. She was believed to be raking in as much as $20 million per month, although she says that she was actually making about $1 million a year. She regularly treated fans to raunchy content. But now she said that beginning in May of 2022, she was born again. And she says, I think my baptism on my birthday played a big part. Everything has been kind of trickling down for me and lining up perfectly. Now I'm just going by faith. I'm not going by Blac Chyna way or the Angela way. Just let God lead me. She said that she was, it was born out of her desire to become whole. She said, I got sick and tired of being sick and tired of the same repetitive things. I thought, let me dig deep and see what it is I'm doing wrong. Because obviously there's something I'm not doing right, even if I think I am. Now I'm doing the right thing to the best of my ability so I can become whole. You see how she rejected the whatever you choose to do is the right thing? It turns out that, when God makes demands on you, when there are moral demands made on you, you can make your life better. It's when you decide that what it is that you do is the best thing and how you feel is the most important thing, that you make yourself miserable. She says that it's been a rewarding experience. Quote, not only am I doing it for myself, I'm also encouraging other people even thinking about it. She said everybody's been really, really supportive. When I posted it, I didn't think it was going to be so massive, she said, of her decision to share video of herself having her filler dissolved. She said, I posted it maybe 3:30 in the morning. I was healing from my surgery and I thought, let me post these. I went to sleep. I woke up, it had blown up, but in a positive way. So, yeah, she said that I was feeling insecure and people feel fake, and so they do this sort of stuff. But reuniting with a biblical vision of the universe has helped her actually see herself more clearly. That's a really great story. And yes, once again, as it turns out, thinking about your relationship with God, your relationship to roles and rules in society can actually make your life a lot better than looking internally for a subjective sense of happiness, as though that's going to be found by searching deeper within your feelings and then searching outward for the approval of people who pay you money to see you undress on the OnlyFans. Okay, time for a quick thing I hate. So honestly, I didn't think there were going to be a lot of people who are out there defending TikTok, but apparently there are some people who are. So AOC has now come out in favor of TikTok. She put out a video on TikTok explaining why she thinks TikTok ought to be maintained. The essence of the answer, of course, is because she's very popular on TikTok, so she doesn't want it to go away, and the youths like the TikTok. So it doesn't matter that it's a Chinese spy app that is mainlining a bunch of garbage into your kid's brain. She's fine with TikTok. Here she was.
Do I believe TikTok should be banned? No. Why should TikTok not be banned? First of all, I think it's important to discuss how unprecedented of a move this would be. The United States has never before banned a social media company from existence, from operating in our borders. And this is an app that has over 150 million Americans on it. Some of the arguments about banning TikTok have come in with respect to discussions around Chinese surveillance and utilization of data that is tracked, and the enormous amount of tracking on US citizens and data that is harvested by TikTok. And they say because of this egregious amount of data harvesting, we should ban this app. However, that doesn't really address the core of the issue, which is the fact that major social media companies are allowed to collect troves of deeply personal data about you that you don't know about.
So what exactly is her case against banning TikTok? So her case basically comes down to a lot of people like TikTok. So she says, well, it's unprecedented like she cares about precedent. AOC cares about precedent? Well, maybe it has something to do with the fact that ByteDance, which is the parent company of TikTok, donated $150,000 to both the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation and the Congressional Hispanic Caucus Foundation back in December. She says TikTok banning it isn't the solution to data privacy concerns. Instead, Congress needs to focus on regulating social media companies' unchecked habit of collecting user data without their consent. That wouldn't help with ByteDance anyway. It's a Chinese company. That's the whole point. You can actually regulate Twitter. You can regulate Facebook. These are American companies. You can't regulate TikTok. Amazing that the squad is coming down in favor of the Chinese spy app. Honestly, kind of surprised by that, actually. It's hard to surprise me with that crew, but they have magically achieved it. Well, folks, Blac Chyna is leading a healthier life, and you can too. So here's the thing. You've been told you need to eat like a lot of vegetables and fruit every single day. And I assume that all of that is true. The American Heart Association recommends 4 to 5 servings each of fruits and veggies every single day. That's really tough. That's why I'm a huge fan of Balance of Nature. Balance of Nature fruits and veggies are the best way to make sure that you're getting essential nutritional ingredients every single day. Their capsules are packed with 100% whole food you can take at any time. Balance of Nature uses a cold vacuum process that preserves the natural phytonutrients in 16 whole fruits and 15 whole vegetables and encapsulates them for easy consumption. Balance of Nature sent a bunch of their product down to the studio for my team to try. We love them. I was excited to find out the product is kosher so I can actually use them. It's making me healthier, frankly, and maybe the only thing keeping me alive at this point, given the fact that my kids will not let me sleep. Go to balanceofnature.com, use promo code Shapiro for 35% off your first order as a preferred customer. That's balanceofnature.com, promo code Shapiro. Get 35% off your very first preferred order. Again, balanceofnature.com, use promo code Shapiro. Get 35% off your first order as a preferred customer. Balanceofnature.com, promo code Shapiro. I mean, it's hard to improve your life, but here's the thing. It's actually kind of easy to improve your company by hiring better people, but it's not that easy to find better people unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps you find the most qualified people for your roles fast. Right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/DailyWire. ZipRecruiter's matching technology helps you find the most qualified candidates for a wide variety of roles. If you see a candidate you like, you can easily send them a personal invite so they're more likely to apply. Their user-friendly dashboard makes it easy to filter, review, and rate your candidates all from one place. See why the majority of employers count on ZipRecruiter. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within day 1. Use my exclusive web address. Try ZipRecruiter for free. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/DailyWire. That's ZipRecruiter.com/DailyWire. It is indeed the smartest way to hire. We at DailyWire have been using ZipRecruiter for years. Every time we have a job opening, we put it on ZipRecruiter. This is how we make sure that we are staffed as well as humanly possible. You should do the same thing. It's quick. It's easy. In fact, if you go to ZipRecruiter.com/DailyWire, you can try it out for free right now. That is ZipRecruiter.com/DailyWire. ZipRecruiter.com/DailyWire. Here is the thing that Trump thrives on more than anything else. He thrives on the attention. And I got to be honest with you, I think it's one of the reasons why I think that Donald Trump keeps upping the ante rhetorically, because the minute he's not the center of attention, the air kind of just drains out. It's boring. I mean, when he's not saying something that's brand new and shocking, then it gets kind of boring. Like at a certain point, if you just keep being a shock jock, if it's not the policy, like when Trump was president, it was the policy. And that's for people like me. The attraction is that he did a bunch of things on policy that I really, really liked. But if you're now Madonna and you're 60 odd years old and you've got the face filler and you're just showing your butt still and like your thing is just, what can I do to be transgressive today? And it's like more and more and more. At a certain point, people may turn off the TV. And so Donald Trump has to keep sort of upping the ante rhetorically. And so as I say, he's operating right now on 3 tracks. One is the DA trying to indict him. That's a win for him. And then there are the other 2 tracks. And the other 2 tracks I'm not sure are big winners for him. The other 2 tracks are the attacks on the other candidates and his own campaign, like what he himself will do. When it comes to the attacks on other candidates, I just don't think this is playing for a lot of people right now. Now, a lot of people are attributing Donald Trump's increase in the polls and Ron DeSantis' decrease in the polls over the last couple of months to Trump's attacks on DeSantis. I don't think that's correct at all. I think that those polls drop because it's a consistent drop. It's not like it dropped in the last 2 weeks. It dropped consistently from December to January to February to March. I think the reason for that poll drop for DeSantis is because immediately after the last election cycle, there's a massive spike for DeSantis and a massive decline for Trump. People took away a lesson, which I think is probably right, which is that DeSantis won in Florida and Trump lost with a bunch of his candidates. And people were like, I'm not sure I want that on the 2024 ballot. And then as that faded, people kind of went back to their corners. They're like, okay, well, it's been a few months. I like that Trump guy, and DeSantis is not even running yet, and the race isn't really happening yet. So, like DeSantis had that one moment, but can he last the test? I don't know. Maybe it's still Trump. So I think that's really what's happening right here. That does not mean, however, that the crowd has already decided for Trump. So when Trump attacks the other candidates, there's something weird going on. when he himself attacks the other camp, particularly DeSantis, there's just not a lot of enthusiasm for it. In fact, actually, there's some polls right now, the state level polls, which are the ones that matter. There's a survey conducted by Public Opinion Strategies, March 21 to 23. It found DeSantis leading Trump by 8 points, 45-37 in Iowa, and tied with Trump 39-39 in New Hampshire. In a more crowded field, including Haley and Vivek Ramaswamy, DeSantis was tied with Trump in Iowa and trailed him by 12 points in New Hampshire. So the field could easily split in favor of Trump. But there was a clip that was going around over the weekend, Trump in Waco, and he attacked DeSantis. And what's fascinating about this clip is not Trump attacking DeSantis, because again, he's going to attack whoever he believes is a threat. This is just, Trump is all weapons all the time. People do not resonate to it. Listen to the crowd reaction to Trump going after DeSantis, because again, people are like, why aren't you attacking the Democrats? Like, do that.
But I saw him, so he came and he really wanted. I said, you can't win, can you? How do you can win? Sir, if you endorse me, I'll win. Please. Please, sir, endorse me. So what happened is, I said, let's give it a shot, Ron. And I endorsed him, and he became like a rocket ship. Within one day, the race was over. He got the nomination. So we laugh at him now, but at the time, he was one of the hottest people in politics, Matt, right? He comes from a state that Matt's
Look at the crowd. The crowd is uncomfortable.
Now, he turned out to be a crackhead.
I mean, look at the crowd. The crowd is not comfortable with this. They're not comfortable with this because, again, Trump going on the offensive against Alvin Bragg, the crowd is kind of there for it. Trump going on the offensive against other Republicans, the crowd is kind of not there for it. And so that means that Trump has to ramp up his rhetoric on other stuff, right? In order to maintain the attention on himself, he has to ramp up the rhetoric on everything else. And that's what he basically did over the weekend with regard to this Waco rally. So he opened his Waco rally, for example, by playing actually the January 6th choir singing a song, Justice for All, with footage on the giant billboards of the January 6th rioting happening behind him. Now, that is Trump obviously trolling the media. It's obviously Trump doing something for attention. It's Trump attempting to draw the fire of the media so that he can respond to the fire from the media. It also is evidence not of a candidate who is kind of on his strongest legs. Again, what Trump should be running on is very simple. If you want to win the presidency and you're Donald Trump, here's what you do. You say, I was kicking ass as president, an amazing job. Right? Take a look at the economy. It was great. Take a look at the Middle East. It was fantastic. Look at all the things I would have been able to do if I had not been hampered by the Mueller investigation and a media that hated me and people rigging social media and the election rules changes. All that stuff, if that hadn't happened, I was on a track to success. Now look at the country. The country is in serious trouble. Put me back in and I will continue on that road. That's a pretty solid pitch. Alrighty, guys, the rest of the show is continuing right now. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll be getting into a discussion with Ami Horowitz. He has a brand new video actually from Israel talking to Israeli Arabs. You've been told it's an apartheid state. What do Israeli Arabs actually say about that? If you're not a member, become a member. Use code Shapiro at checkout for 2 months free on all annual plans. Click the link in the description and join us.